and welcome to Freelancer Showcase, hosted by TETV and Slice Creative Network. My name is Melody Matheny. I'm the founder of SliceCreativeNetwork.com, hosting freelance attraction designers and creatives. All right, so today we are going to be meeting Emma Oliver. Emma, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, it's so nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
So what disciplines do you work in, Emma?
I am a show writer, so I write everything from live shows to media attractions, as well as placemaking, copy, and narrative design.
Ooh, fun. Okay, what kind of places have you worked in the past?
I have worked for Disney Live Entertainment, Disney Cruise Line, Universal Studios Japan, as well as on projects for Superfly and SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment through Hotop Associates.
Great. And where are you currently located?
I'm currently based out of Virginia.
Virginia.
Yes.
My home state. Yay.
Hey.
So if you were offered a position in another location, might you consider moving?
Absolutely. I am hoping to relocate to Orlando soon. But having lived in Japan for 2 years, I am the master of collaborating across time zones, so I'm happy to work in any location.
Wonderful. Well, let's see some of your work.
Yeah, absolutely. So as I said, my name is Emma Oliver, and I am a show writer for themed entertainment. Here is a brief look at some of the places that I've worked, as I mentioned. And I just wanted to touch very briefly on my start in themed entertainment. I actually began as a Jungle Cruise skipper at Walt Disney World, where I drove boats and told jokes and furthered my childhood fascination of themed entertainment. From there, I went on to be a show writer intern with Walt Disney World, where I got to work on the Swotuwai Drum Circle. This is at Disney's Animal Kingdom and a part of Pandora, the World of Avatar. For this, the team collaborated with the composer for the upcoming films to create an authentic and musical Na'vi ceremony. For this, I not only got to develop the backstory for the circle and the ceremony, I also got to write how this ceremony fit within Na'vi culture and how humans came to play in this space. And for this project, I worked on the treatment, the script, and 3 original characters. A little more recent, I also got to work on the Doraemon virtual reality coaster at Universal Studios Japan. This was opened in tandem with the brand new movie that came out and features Doraemon, a lovable, popular children's IP, which was created in Japan and is popular throughout much of Asia. This story takes place right before the second movie, when Nobita is preparing for his wedding, and he gets cold feet and escapes in a time machine. And we are tasked with chasing him through time alongside his younger self and the lovable robotic cat, Doraemon. For this project, I got to work in the blue sky phase, as well as collaborate with our Japanese show writer to write the English script that was used throughout the storyboarding process. I also got to work on placemaking, including for this departures board, as seen here, which is actually featured on a Japanese news program in recognition of the Easter eggs it includes, my favorite of which is the E.T. adventure down there at the bottom. With Disney Cruise Line, I got to work on Marvel Day at Sea. This was a massive project, really all hands on deck, and so I got the opportunity to write treatments as well as scripts for a variety of experiences on the event, including the Mickey and Friends Super Show, as well as Journey into the Mystic Arts with Doctor Strange. My personal favorite was the Heroes Unite deck show, in which Tony Stark is unveiling his newest tech, and under the watch of everyone's favorite Marvel superheroes. Of course, it's not a party without a few supervillains, and when they arrive, guests find themselves in the middle of an epic battle between good and evil, right in the center of the action. For this, I got to work in the treatment phase, as well as the initial scripting process for 17 characters, and the experience expands every year with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I believe the most recent addition was actually Captain Marvel. In tandem with the opening of Super Nintendo World, I got to work on the Super Nintendo World Challenge. This was an event in Grand Central Terminal in New York, where fans of Nintendo stepped into the world of Mario and got to compete for prizes, including tickets to the opening of Super Nintendo World. I got to not only script the final experience, but also sit in on rehearsals and do on-the-spot line edits. For some of our younger guests aboard the Disney Cruise Line, I got to work on the Fantasy Dry Dock. For this, I wrote treatments as well as the initial scripts for several Star Wars and Marvel kids activities within the kids spaces on the ship. To give you a little more insight into my writing process with a project that isn't under NDA, I wanted to show you a concept I created for Cornell's theme park design competition. For this challenge, we were tasked with creating a themed area that centered around a cohesive and coherent narrative based in the history and culture of the Chesapeake Bay area, where I'm actually from. So for this, I delved into Algonquian lore and discovered through lines of diversity and inclusivity and coexistence with nature, which inspired a themed land called Solara, where guests step into the beautiful summer ceremonial. It's always summer. There's always a summer ceremonial going on. But as they progress through the land, they start to discover that there's more to Solara than meets the eye. And the experience culminates in a flagship attraction where guests actually band together with the guardians of the seasons to restore balance. In order to bring this experience to life, we created alternative queuing systems as well as universally accessible interactions, including activations throughout the land for individuals and groups. So we really wanted you, no matter your abilities, to be able to participate in the story and contribute to this beautiful legend of transformation and see how you impact the land and the story inside of it. And for this project, just to give you an idea of the scope of the concept, we created a live show, a flagship attraction, and a dining and retail experience, as well as all of the virtual queue, which was seen throughout the land. As often happens in themed entertainment, some of my favorite projects to work on are still in production. So I just wanted to touch very briefly on an upcoming Cinema 4D experience that I've gotten to write for Universal Studios Japan. For this, I have gotten to not only write the treatment and the script, I've also gotten to inform design reviews on everything from wardrobe to storyboards, and I've gotten to work directly with the licensors to incorporate their feedback. I'm also super excited about this upcoming project. This will be my Halloween Horror Nights debut, for which I got to write a stage show that melds live performance and media to put guests right in the center of an horror experience that is both interactive and socially distanced. For this, I got to work on the treatment, the script, as well as working with translation, narrative design for the queue area, and placemaking for everything from signage to handwritten notes to guest takeaways to really further immerse guests in the story. Additional projects I've gotten to work on include everything from coasters to escape rooms, dining experiences, retail experience, festivals, and more. Outside of themed entertainment, I also write prose as well as marketing copy, branching narratives for mobile applications and mobile games, as well as conversational design. Since I myself am new to the conversational design field, to give you a perspective as to what it is, it's kind of like writing for a walk-around character or a Jungle Cruise skipper if the performer were powered by AI, so if they were a virtual human. So it's really fun, and you can check out a full directory of my publications, prose, poetry, etc. on my online portfolio. I just wanted to say that I think words are incredibly powerful, and even more so when they're catered to their audience, whether that be an executive or a guest or an artist, whoever's on the other end of that story. I think a well-crafted and cohesive story leaves guests with an impact that lasts and can really be the difference between a very fond memory and simply entertaining. So I would love to collaborate with any creative team interested in creating such a story to go beyond entertainment and leave guests with an experience that stays with them long after they've experienced our stories. And here's a few methods of contact. And that's it.
Emma, how fun are you? What a great portfolio. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
That was great. Do you have any other disciplines or interests that you'd like to share with the viewers?
Yeah, I just write for everything from technology to prose and poetry, conversational design, as I mentioned. And I'm also a huge sucker for placemaking. I think it's such a fun way to add a little bit more magic for guests and reward them for being a deep diver, immerse them in the story a little bit more, and maybe even give them some Easter eggs.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, what other languages do you speak? I know you speak another language. Tell us about that.
I speak Spanish. I loved using it when I worked at Walt Disney World, helping our guests throughout the park. And I actually got to write the Spanish announcements for the nighttime spectacular Happily Ever After at Walt Disney World.
Cool. And did I see that you have a degree related to Spanish?
Yes, I actually have a bachelor's in Spanish from Christopher Newport University.
Yes, I know it well. I've been there too. Cool. Well, tell us about some of the programs that you use.
Yeah, I write in Final Draft. I also have experience in all of the Microsoft Suite, the Google Suite, as well as Adobe Acrobat. And I've worked in Storyboard Pro and Sublime Text Editor, and some video editing programs as well, including Final Cut.
Awesome. Okay. So if someone would like to get in contact with you, I know you had some of your contact information up just a moment ago, but what's the best way for people to find out more and contact you directly?
I would definitely say my website, emmaolivercreative.com. I have a contact page there.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of your work. It was lots of fun.
Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun as well.
Thank you, Emma. And for those of you out there who'd like to get in touch with Emma or find some more creative freelancers who work in the attractions industry, please visit Slice Creative Network at www.slicecreativenetwork.com. Thanks, everybody.